You know, my friend John stays with his cousins. Yesterday, he came late to the class, and the teacher scolded him a lot. John says his cousin brothers made him finish their course before they let him leave for school. He says they always trouble him and made him do a lot of homework. Oh no, he must feel really bad. John is a very nice boy. He doesn't disobey anyone. He is very nice to his cousin brothers despite the way they treat him. That is very nice of him. We should always forgive people for their mistakes. That is very nice of him. We should always forgive people for their mistake. Have you heard the story of Cinderella? Once upon a time, there lived a young girl called Cinderella. Cinderella's mother had died, and so her father had married another woman who had two daughters. One day, Cinderella's father went to work and never returned. Cinderella was left at the mercy of her stepmother and two stepsisters, who made her do all the work of the estate. Where is our breakfast? Just a moment, stepmother. I am just bringing it out. As soon as Cinderella had laid the breakfast, the stepmother and stepsister started eating it. Cinderella served her our plate too and were about to eat when her stepsister pushed our plate away. Yuck! I hate it. Yes, now that you mention it, it really is horrible. Mother, do something. Cinderella, are you trying to kill us? What kind of food is this? But, but, stepmother, I have made 17 the way. I always make it. How dare you argue with me? Go and make new breakfast for us. Don't you dare do anything else till we have had our breakfast. And this is what went on in their house every day. The stepmother and stepsister troubled Cinderella without any reason, but Cinderella loved them still and never ever complained. One day, an announcement was made in the village. Let everybody know there will be a royal ball at the palace tomorrow night, and the king's son, Prince Charming, will marry a maiden from amongst the guests. Everybody from the village is invited. The whole village were excited. Even Cinderella's stepmother and stepsister couldn't stop talking about in their house, and that is how Cinderella found out about the ball. The royal ball brings Charming. The whole village is invited. I will finish my work with you. Who said anything about you going? You will stay here and polish our shoes till you can see your feet in them. And so, with a heavy heart, Cinderella saw her stepmother and stepsister dress up and leave for the royal ball the next day. One day had left. She cried bitterly. Suddenly, he lit, and Cinderella saw the most beautiful fairy she could imagine. She held in her hand a delicate wand. Who are you? Get up, tried. I'm your fairy godmother. Get up, child. I am your fairy godmother. I am here to get to you to the royal ball. Really? I never knew I had a fairy godmother. But how will I get to the ball? I don't have anything to wear. You don't worry about that, my child. And so, in just a few minutes, Cinderella was ready for the drawball. As she thanked her fairy godmother and got aboard the chariot, she received a word of caution from the fairy. Remember to back home at 12 o'clock. Otherwise, the spell will wear off. Soon, Cinderella arrived at the place. As she entered the great ballroom, everyone turned to look who this beautiful maiden was. Nobody could recognize her, not even her own stepmother and stepsister. Prince Charming walked to her. May I have this dance with you? Yes, your highness. And so Cinderella and Prince Charming danced. May I have this dance with you? Yes, your highness. And so Cinderella and Prince Charming danced together throughout the evening till Cinderella heard the clock strike. Fairy godmother words came back to her. She needed to get out of there before the clock struck 12. Without saying a word, she tore away from the prince, grasped and ran out of the place. The prince ran after her. Wait, wait! What is wrong? Why are you running? I don't even know your name. But Cinderella dared not wait or even look back. Her beautiful grown world were already turning into rag again. Again, her hair were coming loose from the perfect bun that fairy godmother had made for her. She didn't even stop when one of the glass slippers came up her foot and fell in place the right way. She ran out the place gate She ran out the place gate and vanished into the darkness on a path that led to her home. Once home, her went back to policing the shoe that had been given to her and decided never to speak to anyone about the ball. A few days later, two men from the police showed up at their door. The lady that Prince Charming fell in love with left behind her glass slipper at the rollerball. The prince believes that such a beautiful slipper. The prince believes that such a beautiful slippers could fit only his beloved, and so we are asking all the girls in the village to try these slippers. The one whom it first would be the one the prince will marry. If you have any girls in the house, please ask them to try this slipper. Oh yes, yes, I am sure it is one of my daughters. The slipper hood is one of them. And so both the stepsisters tried to fit their foot into the slip one by one. They pushed and pushed, but couldn't get their foot in. Looked like it wasn't your daughter's after all. Is there any other young lady in the house? No, there isn't. You can leave. As the kingman made ready to leave, suddenly the door of the house was thrown open and Prince Charming himself stood there. Who is the beautiful girl in the upstairs window? Madam, you have lied to us. Madam, you have lied to us. I demand that the girl be called forth and try the slipper. Yes, yes, but she is only a servant girl. Nevertheless, Cinderella, come down here at once. Yes, stepmother. The moment Prince Charming saw Cinderella, he knew he had found his beloved. He took the slipper from the kingman and slipped it on to her foot himself. The slipper fit perfect. In a moment, Cinderella was once again transformed into the beautiful maiden from the night of the ball. Prince Charming took her to the palace with him. He ordered that the stepmother and stepsister be punished for lying the kingman and treating Cinderella so badly and rudely. But being the king had person that she were, Cinderella asked for them to be forgiven. The prince fell in love with her even more, for her generosity. The prince fell in love with her even more for her generosity, and they lived happily ever after. Wow, dear, how wonderful it is to forgive people. Thank you for telling me the story. I will tell it to John too. I am sure he will like it. Okay, shall we go home now? I think it's getting late. Goodbye.